Hello gamers and welcome back to another video. So I've been getting a lot of questions, like a lot. What is the best low rank gun? What is the best gun under rank 30? What is the best gun under rank 60? And I'm gonna tell this to you right now. And I'm only gonna name guns under rank 30, and I'm going to name guns from all these categories: assault rifles, battle rifles, carbines, shotguns, PDWs, DMRs, LMGs, and snipers. Not any secondaries though. So yeah, let's get right into it, starting with the first assault rifle, which is amazing, and it's arguably the best assault rifle in the game, the AK-12. The AK-12 has pretty good damage, low recoil, and a 1000 RPM burst. It goes hard, incredibly hard, and it has a very common ammo type, and you can basically use it at any range because of its 1000 RPM burst and very low recoil. I suggest using like DCL 120 sight, muzzle brake, folding grip, and blue laser on it. But you could also use reflex sight, because DCL isn't always the go-to sight because of its low magnification. You would also want to hit someone at longer ranges, you feel me? But DCL or reflex, muzzle brake, folding, blue laser. Yeah, that's the first best good low rank assault rifle, I guess. The second one is the A94, which has a pretty quirky niche, to say the least. It's 2-round hyper burst. It can, in theory, it could 2-hit kill headshot all ranges. If you think about hyper burst, like, well, it needs 3 shots to kill at all ranges. So like, its hyper burst has no recoil between these 2 shots, so they always land at the same place, so it can be used as a pseudo DMR in a way. The setup that I use for this is reflex, EOTech, DCL, muzzle brake, folding grip, and blue laser. It works extremely well because, I don't know, it just works, alright? But that's the A94 with its pseudo DMR type beat, you feel me? And it also has a 600 RPM automatic mode. The third assault rifle we have is the 𝙎𝙬𝙧, which is the godly CQC 900 RPM free kill gun. You know, it has basically no recoil, 900 RPM, ability for extended magazines, so you can use 30 bullets, and it has, I don't know, it's integrally suppressed. The setup that I use for this is DCL sight, folding grip, and extended mag. I don't know, it works really well, just used it. Because all these setups are not, I'm not gonna say that they're the best setups, but personally for me, they're the best setups. It's what I use, alright? But yeah, that's the 𝙎𝙬𝙧. Next up we have the 𝙬𝙬, skipping the AG1. It's 4-hit kill all ranges, low recoil, mediocre fire rate, mediocre CQC damage, but amazing long range damage. It has about 625 RPM, which is really low, but it has 25 minimum damage, which makes up for a lot of things. You could use reflex or DCL sight, muzzle brake, folding grip, and blue laser, and armor piercing. Use armor piercing because there's no downsides to using armor piercing on the 𝙬𝙬𝙧. Yeah, but that's the 𝙬𝙬𝙧. Next up we have the G36, which is also basically a higher fire rate 𝙬𝙬𝙧 with high recoil, obviously. And it's basically the same setup. No, it's not the same setup. Use DCL 120, compensator, folding grip, and blue laser, and armor piercing, because it's the same thing. Armor piercing doesn't have any drawbacks on these 2 guns. But that is the best low rank assault rifles: AK-12, A94, 𝙎𝙬𝙧, 𝙬𝙬𝙧, and G36. You should use those 5 assault rifles if you're low rank. Like, I didn't pick the AG1 because of the fact that the only thing it has is low recoil. Like, 𝙬𝙬𝙧 also has low recoil but much better damage at range, so there's no point of the AG1. But yeah, those 5 guns. Next up we have battle rifles, and there's only 2 battle rifles under rank 30, and both of them are amazing. So the first one we have is the Beowulf ECR. It's a high RPM, 10 bullet, high damage battle rifle kinda. It shoots 50 cal bullets, does 50 plus damage per bullet in CQC, and has a burst mode. So the setup that I use for this is DCL 120, muzzle brake, folding grip, and blue laser. The reason why I use muzzle brake is that because when you use the burst mode, the kick is insane, and you trigger this kick a lot. So that's why you should use muzzle brake, so you don't have its insane kick. Well, it's still a lot of kick, but you know, not this same amount, you feel me? But yeah, this gun is amazing in CQC. You should use burst to just like not run out of bullets immediately, because it has high RPM and a very low ammo capacity, 10 bullets in a magazine, but that's to balance out its damage, you feel me? The next battle rifle is the 𝙎𝙬𝙧 with high damage in CQC, 2-hit kill headshot, and 3-hit kill body, and 4-hit kill body at long range. 20 bullets in a magazine, same fire rate as the 𝙎𝙬𝙧. So yeah, it's basically a crackhead 𝙎𝙬. Basically what you should use is DCL-120, compensator, folding grip, and blue laser, and it just works amazingly overall. It has fast reload, a decent amount of bullets, 20. It's average for a battle rifle, but considering it has insane damage, it's a good rank, well, low rank gun. That's the battle rifles. Those two, the battle rifles, is what you should use, ECR and 𝙎𝙬𝙧. The next category we have is the carbines. The M4A1 is the one we're gonna start with. So basically it has pretty high RPM, high damage in CQC, mediocre damage in long range, and it has very low recoil. I recommend using DCL-120, muzzle brake, folding grip, and blue laser. I don't know, it works extremely well. You have low recoil, low magnification, high accuracy, everything. And it has very good damage in CQC, making it a perfect CQC gun. The next carbine we have under rank 30 is the M4, which is also amazing. It's like a buffed M4A1, but slightly harder to use because of its weird burst thing, you feel me? So it can 2-hit kill head in CQC with 950 RPM and 3-hit kill limb in CQC, and it also has that weird 6-hit kill limb at range, but it can 4-hit kill headshot at the range too. So the setup that I use for this is DCL-120, well, it's the same as the M4A1. DCL-120, muzzle brake, folding grip, blue laser. It works extremely well. You should just use it. Okay, I'm not gonna explain too much why you should use it because there's so many guns and it will extend the video too much. All right. The next category we have is the shotguns. We're gonna leave out the DBV-12 because these two first shotguns are just way better than the DBV. So the first one we have is the KSG-12 that can fit 15 shells in total, and it has good spread, good decent damage, a lot of bullets, good fire rate, and everything. The only thing you need to use on this KSG is flechette. There's not much more else than that. Maybe a laser could work, but flechette is like the thing you need to use. The next shotgun we have is the Remington 870 with insanely tight spread, high damage, a decent amount of shells in its tube, and basically a jack of all trades. Just use flechette on this too and you should be fine, shooting through every wall to ever exist. Like, you will kill anyone. It basically has, it's a slightly worse spread than the KS-23M, but way better spread than the KSG. So yeah, that's the shotguns. You don't need to use the DBV-12 when the KSG exists, you feel me? For PDWs, I have chosen 5 PDWs, starting with the MP5K. So I have a kind of weird setup for this, which is AMT Terminator, Muscle Booster, Folding Grip, and MAC-10, no, MP5K stock. It works incredibly well, pretty low recoil, high fire rate, high, you know, how should I say it, high, I don't know. It's a good gun. It has high fire rate, low damage, which isn't very good, but it reloads fast, has good handling and everything. The next PDW we have is the UMP, which is a high damage, low fire rate, low capacity PDW. The setup that I use for this is DSL-120, compensator, folding grip, blue laser, and armor piercing. I use armor piercing because of the fact that it gets 2 studs penetration, which is insanely high. I don't know how a 45 ACP weapon can have 2 studs penetration, but we don't talk about that. Yeah, that's a UMP, you should use it. The next one we have is the MP7, which is a high fire rate, medium capacity PDW. It shoots pretty mediocre damage bullets at a high fire rate. The setup that I use for this is DCL-120, compensator, folding grip, and extended mag. I just use extended mag because, you know, more bullets, 14 bullets in a magazine. It's always quirky to have that, you feel me? The next PDW we have is the MAC-10, which is I found an incredibly good setup with the new sights that got added. So AMT Terminator, muzzle brake, folding grip, and MAC-10 stock has very low recoil and it does insane damage. It can 2-hit kill in CQC and 3-hit kill limb in CQC. Well, 2-hit kill headshot in CQC and 3-hit kill limb in CQC. And it can 6-hit kill at range, which is not good, but it has insanely high fire rate, which makes it capable for like anything. The last PDW we have is the P90. which has 2 studs penetration, high fire rate, very low damage, and high capacity in its magazine. I use DCL-120, Muscle Break for some reason. Well, you can use Compensate too, Folding Grip, and Blue Laser. It always works, you feel me? You know, always high penetration. You don't even need to use AP to make it better, because its damage range, you need its damage range, because 4 hit kills in CQC and 6 hit kills at range. You just really need its damage range, you feel me? But yeah, that's PDWs with the MP5K, UMP, MP7, MAC-10, and P90. At the DMRs, we have one DMR only, which is the Mark 11, which is amazing. I use Coyote, Muzzle Booster, and the Double Laser, which is laser as underbarrel and laser as other. It just works. You know, it just works. And you should not use a grip because of the fact, you know, it slows down aiming speed. And I mean, you could use a grip. It doesn't really matter on the Mark 11 since it already aims so fast, and it has, you know, how should I say it? I don't know. It recovers with double laser. You don't need to use a grip, alright? But yeah, that's all the DMRs. I didn't include the SKS because, you know, it's not a good DMR. Just use the MK11. Now we are at the second last, well, category, which is the LMGs. Starting with the Colt LMG, which is a low recoil, high fire rate, very high capacity LMG. It works incredibly well. I don't know. It has very low recoil, I just realized. I use AMT Terminator, Muscle Break, Folding Grip, and Blue Laser. I don't know, it works too well in my opinion. I didn't think the AMT Terminator would be such a good sight, but you know, it really do be like, oh shit, I lasered that guy across the map from 250 studs with a sight that is a laser, you know? The next LMG we have is the M60, and it's the best gun in the game. Okay, I'm just gonna say it here, it's the best gun in the game. Just use DCL-120, Muscle Break, Folding Grip, and Blue Laser, and Armor Piercing for 4.5 studs penetration, and you should be set for life. This gun is so good, it's not even fair, you feel me? The third LMG we have, and the last LMG we have, is the H-Bar. No recoil, high damage, medium capacity, it's a crackhead AR. I don't know what to tell you. Use DCL-120, Muscle Break, Folding Grip, and Blue Laser, and you should be set for life too. Because the H-Bar is basically a crackhead assault rifle, you feel me? The last category we have is the intervention. Well, it's the snipers with the intervention. The intervention is such an amazing sniper at this point. Like, just use a straight pull bolt, muzzle booster, and whatever sight you want. It's just too good in my opinion. Well, it's too good because of the fact that there's no point in using the Remington 700. Just use the intervention, it's so much better. But yeah, that's all the best low rank guns in the game. You may have noticed that I just fucking sped run through this. I gave a short description about the guns, gave you the attachment, and yeah, that's what you should use. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, if this helped you, buy my merch. Even if you don't have any, like the video, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.